Hey y'all, Sean Starker here with Sit2Fit, hanging out at Wendover Place again, and we're talking equestrian fitness, specifically the lower leg, the calves. I got a couple of exercises to lengthen and tone the muscles of the lower leg, so why don't we head over to the gym and we'll check those out right now. Okay, let's talk a little bit about putting mass on the lower leg first. And anytime we're training an area, it's important to know the muscles that we're going to work out so that we can work them efficiently and effectively. So let's take a look at the calves here. And it's not important to really know the names, just know that there are two muscles specifically that we're going to be focusing on. One is this inside part that you can see here, the medial gastrocnemius. And there's another muscle that's sort of underneath that we don't see as much called the soleus. Now they can be trained in roughly the same way with a slight little variance, and we'll do this over here. You can see I've got a dumbbell. You can use a curb, a step, anything to help get you in that heels down, toe up position, which is probably pretty familiar to most of you. So what I'm going to do is put my foot up here, and I'm going to raise up onto my toes, squeeze the muscle there in the back of the leg, and try to really get as much pump as I can. And I'll continue to do that for a couple. So that's training the soleus. Now, if we want to train this inside part here, the medial gastrocnemius, what we'll do is to do roughly the same exercise, but we're going to bend the knee a little bit, so not a straight leg, but a bent knee. And we're going to come not only up onto the toes, but we're going to shift everything onto that big toe as much as we can and sort of come inside, really squeeze the inside muscle, that medial gastroc, as much as we can. Now, keep in mind the calves are really resilient. They work a lot during the day, so we're going to have to overload them, meaning we're going to have some weight with a weighted vest or a dumbbell, or we're going to have to train in some really high numbers, 50, 100, 150 repetitions, until there's a lot of burn in the calves, and that's the way that we spark growth in them. Now, for some, they have some really overly developed muscles in the back there, those two that we just talked about. And for them, they have trouble keeping the heels down, toe up position. So let's check out a couple of exercises that they can use to get some additional range of motion. The first one looks pretty similar to the exercises we were just doing in that we have something keeping the heels down, toe up, in this case the dumbbell. And what I'm going to do is step in front, so the foot that's using the dumbbell will be in back. I'm going to straighten my leg here. That means lock the knee and sort of lean forward a bit. And what that's going to do is lengthen out the muscle and stretch like heck. So we're going to hold that for 45 seconds or a minute, minute and a half. Now the next one is a little bit more technical. It's called myofascial release or foam rolling. But today I'm not going to use a foam roll. I'm going to use something a little bit more aggressive. You're welcome to use a softer foam roll. This one just for me seems a little bit more effective. I'm going to use a baseball. You can use a lacrosse ball or, like I said, a foam roll. And I'm going to first find a little tender spot there and hold 25 to 45 seconds on each tender spot that I feel. So I'll sort of work around the leg. Maybe I'll have 2 or 3 at any given day. Maybe I'll have none, but I'll keep the pressure on there. And once I take the pressure off, then I get a little bit of lengthening and range of motion increase. So that's good. I also get fresh blood, which brings fresh oxygen. So that's really good for the repair process. Don't worry if you don't feel it initially. It is a practice. Sometimes people take a couple of times to really get this thing down. So try it and see if you're able to get some additional range of motion and maintain that heel down, toe up position a little bit better because the calves are a little bit more workable. Now, if you enjoyed these videos, do me a favor, leave me a comment, a thumbs up, and subscribe to this channel so you don't miss any of the awesome videos in this equestrian-specific series, and then some of the other posture stuff and general stuff that I have on this channel. I'd love to see you guys back here. Guys, ride safely, live healthy, and we'll see you at the barn soon.